But the Keep Rolling campaign got started because of my father. So he had stage 4 liver cancer and colon cancer. He knew he wasn't going to live. He was dying, got up and did it.
Your success and growth all start in your mind. So get ready for another mind shift. Hey everyone, and welcome to my very first episode of Mind Shift. Everyone, if you're just discovering me right now, my name is Joshua Kangley, and if you're following me from my Table Talks podcast, welcome and thank you for joining me and coming over here to this next phase of my journey. I am so excited about bringing the very best content that I can. I'm interested in motivation, inspiration, uplifting, and helping others. What my passion is shining the light and spreading the messages of people who I call guiding lights, people who are out there, beacons of light for us, guiding us as we go through our own journeys in life. Other people have helped me in my life. And so, we learn the very best as human beings from other people's experiences, other people's stories, and what they have to teach us. And so I am just so excited to introduce to you some wonderful people on the show, like today's guest. We have a very special guest today, and I'm so excited to introduce him to you. Do you ever just scroll through social media, and do you ever just maybe stop on an article and say, wow, this person is doing amazing things. How are they doing this? I need to talk to them, right? Well, that happened to me on LinkedIn. I'm all over LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn a lot, by the way. Shout out to LinkedIn. I saw this article, picture, or post about DeAndre Wilson, my next guest, who is pushing around this huge tire tractor. And I'm like, what is he doing? What's this all about? I had to talk to him. So I reached out. We connected on LinkedIn, and ever since then, we've stayed in connection. He was on my show, Table Talks, last year when I had that podcast going, which I still do, by the way. He's really creating an online presence with what he's doing and creating amazing awareness. His passions are health, mental health, community awareness and outreach, and also cancer awareness. He has been doing so many wonderful things, like I said, in his community. He's been the recipient of quite a few rewards recently, one of which recently is the Daryl Ragland Award. But without further ado, I'm going to let him tell you his story himself, and you'll get to listen to our conversation now. So let's play our conversation with DeAndre Wilson. All right, DeAndre. Hey, welcome to the show, DeAndre.
Hey, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Again, this is the Mind Shift show, and you're my very first guest. So,
woo, let's go. Yeah.
I'm so excited. And I can't wait to talk about all you're doing, man, everything you're going on. Yeah. It's been so cool to watch your journey and kind of my journey, both go and kind of intersect and work with each other a little bit. And it's just so cool, working together, what we can do together. So
absolutely.
Again,
states away,
Exactly. Yeah. And thank you again for being on the show. I'm blessed to have you. And I want to get into all that you're doing. Remind the folks, what you've been doing and kind of how you got started with the Keep Rolling campaign.
Yeah.
And because you're on my show, Table Talks, and so we haven't, connected a lot since then, but I want to get into all that. But first, if you can, go ahead and remind the folks that are watching, tuning in, kind of a little bit about you, DeAndre, and what you're doing and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So the Keep Rolling campaign, I'm pretty sure since the last time I was on your show, you got some repeat followers. So I let them know that, hey, the tire is still rolling, still getting after it, making a lot of progress. It's kind of seeming like it's happening overnight. I wake up and there's something new that I've achieved and have no idea about it. So it's just like the universe is just working. Yeah. But to your new listeners, I'm DeAndre Wilson, all the way from Indiana, and I am the executive director and founder of the Keep Rolling campaign. And the Keep Rolling campaign assists of me rolling a 230-pound tractor tire around the city of Evansville, Indiana, where I live. And I do that to raise money for nonprofits and families who are experiencing cancer. And I currently have my very first campaign going on right now. So this is the first of your show and my very first campaign. So we're learning, we're growing, and we're taking risks, but we're getting after it.
Absolutely.
So if anyone wants to donate, feel free to just go to Keep Rolling Campaign on Facebook or Twitter, and feel free. All donations are welcomed. But the Keep Rolling Campaign got started because of my father. So he had stage 4 liver cancer and colon cancer, but he was able to beat the colon cancer. But stage 4 liver cancer, too far gone, so he had to make do. He knew he wasn't going to live, but he still kept rolling. Yep. So after chemo, he would get up after you eat, and then he would come home, and then he would roll that same tractor tire around the city. And that, really focusing on that and understanding where that's coming from, it has taught me to own my health. It has taught me to really focus and hone in on what you truly want in life. He wanted to do something very positive, meaningful with his life because he knew he had a short time to live, and he would just go do it, and it made him happy. And he turned heads. People were asking him questions, and he loved what he was doing. And the whole art of it and everything behind it is to never say never. And that's one thing, that's one of the lessons that I take away from it, because I was telling friends and family, I'm never going to roll this tire. I'm never going to do it. And I do it 4 times a week, probably 2 to 4 hours a day.
Wow.
So never say never. Never. And the lesson that also came with that is determination. I mean, you can pull any lesson from this. Watching my dad get up from chemo treatment, still battling cancer, and then go roll this tire. I mean, he didn't want to go without a fight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the dedication was there. The loyalty was there. I mean, it's just beautiful when you think of it. And truthfully, there's no excuses now to why we can't take our health seriously and own our health.
Yes.
He was dying, got up and did it. Yeah. And I get it. I'm doing something very extreme. My dad and I are on the extreme side with the tire, but the bare minimum, we could just be walking around the neighborhood.
Exactly.
I work at a local gym, so yes, I'm all for having a gym membership. And I know sometimes people can't afford the gym membership, and I get it. But we have beautiful parks, beautiful greenways. You can go walk.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, and I love that message too, that you're spreading. Yeah, you are doing the extreme, but, hopefully that's provoking other people to say, hey, I can at least do the bare minimum,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can't have the good without the bad, because a lot of people see that and they get angry because that, and they've missed the whole point.
Yeah.
So and I could get into the bad all day, but you can't have the good without the bad in the things that you do.
Exactly. And like you said too, just looking at that story that I think is so beautiful too of your father, and all the messages that someone can just take away from that. What's also beautiful is you picking up that legacy and just keep it going. I love the whole concept about that. And so, guys, everyone, Keep Rolling Campaign. You can find it on Facebook. Please go there and donate to this wonderful cause that DeAndre is doing. Now, a little bit here. So like I was saying earlier, our journeys have kind of intersected a little bit. And I want to tell the audience about a book that we're working on. If I had this kind of vision for this book about 2017, 2018, and because I knew 2020 was coming up, and I knew it was going to be a big one. But I never would have anticipated just how big 2020 has proven to be. And having you on as a co-author to this book, DeAndre, is gonna be so awesome, because for people to be able to grab this book and use it as a resource, continued education is so huge. And so, but just to let everyone know, it is coming out later this year. We have it's still coming out in 2020 for sure. Yes, and it's gonna be awesome. And of course, like I was telling you, with recent events, we have, a global pandemic going on. We have civil unrest going on, some pain going on right now, and that we need. So I want to make sure if we're putting something out that we're impacting people the best we can in the right way. So, like I was telling you before, I so admire you and what you're doing, and I'm a supporter of you. And for me, I genuinely and just all sincerely want to kind of talk to you about a little bit, if we can. What is you're a huge advocate of health and community awareness, and so I think it's and with a show called Mind Shift, I can't not talk about it. So I guess for me, and in all sincerity, I want to lay it out. Like, what do you see going on, and what can I do just to be a better advocate, a better ally? Like, what can we do? How do we come through this?
You were talking about from a health perspective or the race perspective of what's going on?
Race perspective.
Okay.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So what you could do specifically, let's say you're out with a group of buddies and one of them makes a racist comment. I know he's your friend. I know it's a joke. And in that moment, your job is to set him straight and to ask him why he even made that joke. You see, what we have to do, white people that are not racist have to hold racist white people accountable. Right. Have to have tough conversations. Yeah. That old system that exists, it's time that we're done with it. We're over it.
Yep.
And so in your job, if you hear something racist, hold that person absolutely accountable and make them feel uncomfortable. What you have to understand in that moment and going forward is your personal mission statement.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to hear? What are your beliefs? What do you want to be around? Because when you hold that person accountable, like your buddy, if he said something, your friendship might be over with.
Yeah.
It just might be, and that's okay because you have to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Exactly.
And he has to get set straight.
Yeah.
He has to be uncomfortable because he's been living comfortable for so long.
Yep. I 100% agree.
Yeah. He can go outside and not have to worry about a thing. I go outside and I have to worry about everything. Rolling this tire, as much success as I've had, I've won actually 3 awards. The community loves me and supports me, but I have been stopped by the police and questioned and disrespected and belittled. Wow. And it's that level of ignorance here in America that's going to keep us from not growing as a unit, as a people. So just to sum it all up, you just have to hold people accountable, white racist people accountable. They say something, you call them out.
Right.
Every single time. And you have to step out of your comfort zone and hold difficult conversations.
Absolutely.
It starts with you.
And thanks for sharing that because in all sincerity, I want to know what I can do. And I can tell you right now, if that happened in my circle of friends, that person wouldn't be a friend. I can tell you that right now. Because like you said, it all comes down to what is your mission statement? And mine never changes. It's core. It's like, regardless of who you are, where you come from, like, I want to be a good person and I want to be around good people. And I have children, and I can tell you a story, and this is not to virtual signal or anything like this, but I can tell you, we had a neighbor who came over to play with our children one day, and they made a comment about one of our other neighbors who happened to be African American. And I immediately said, "I'm sorry, you're gonna have to leave. We just don't say that around here. That's something that we don't say, we don't value. You're gonna have to leave, please." And they were not allowed into our yard, into our space. Yeah. They just weren't. And because like I said, I have children, and I want them to continue to know these core values. And look, man, people are people. At the end of the day, we all live and work together, and we're all the same. That's what I believe. And thank you for talking with me about that. I just wanted to kind of get your perspective on that. So
absolutely. And if the opportunity comes up again where your children are not around and you can hold that person accountable, hold them accountable. Make them feel uncomfortable. because I feel uncomfortable every day, all day, just walking to the store.
Right. And one thing too is, this is kind of a mind shift for myself in 2020 with everything happening. I've always thought, like, look, I've never judged anyone or hold anyone to a value based on the color of their skin. Never. I wasn't taught that way, and I'm not that way. And I thought that was okay. But I'm learning that that's probably part of my own ignorance, because just because I may be thinking it's okay, it's not okay for other people. Like you just said, like you're uncomfortable every day. And so that's what I'm waking up to. And that's my own mind shift. And so that's why I want to just have these candid conversations with you. I value your friendship as you as a person. So I want to know, and thank you for, again, talking about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, DeAndre, let's get into this documentary. And you've been doing this for a while. How's that process been?
It's long.
Yeah.
and it's I'm gonna say it like this. It's miserable in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of scheduling and interviews and content getting and redoing and starting over and going back and double checking. I can't wait till it's over. And I'm never doing another documentary again. Well, never say never.
Never say never, right?
It's going to take a lot to get me to do another documentary, because this is long and it is hard.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I can't wait for it, man. I really can't.
Well, you're in for a treat, because next week I'm going to drop a teaser, a 40-second teaser.
Okay.
Yeah, so LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube.
Okay.
Across the board.
All right. I'll be looking for that, because I'm on LinkedIn all the time, and I see you on there too. And
yeah,
I'll be looking for that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I just really appreciate your time. Is there anything else kind of you want to talk about, or, anything you want to tell the audience?
Well, definitely connect with me on social media if you want to further any other conversations or want to know more. I'm always open to connecting. I have 500 connections on LinkedIn. I want more. I want to connect with as many people as I possibly can. Website's on the way.
Okay.
KeepRollingCampaign.com. That's on the way. I can't wait till that's completely done, because I have a goal that I want to speak at conferences and things of that nature. And so I think the website is really going to help that come alive for me.
Yes, I truly believe that too. Now, I forgot to mention too, you mentioned you were the recipient of some awards. Recently, it was the Daryl Ragland Award.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Like, you've been doing some really awesome things.
Thank you. Daryl Ragland was it was a leader in my community. He passed away from pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
I talked when he was alive, I would talk to him about his condition. I would talk to him about his work. I always talked to him about the importance of Black men's health and the lack of resources and things that he experienced that he wished was different. So we would talk about that. He was a visionary in our community. He was a leader. So to receive that award, it just comes full circle for me, because I had a goal. At the time, I wanted him and my father to meet. Now, he had seen my father roll the tire, but they didn't connect. And I wanted to connect them, but their health, it just declined so fast.
Wow. But for you,
that was the goal.
That award, it does come full circle, man. It's so beautiful. And
it is.
Congratulations. That just speaks to all the things that you are doing, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And like I said, you're someone that I look up to, and really I look for on LinkedIn and everywhere else, because I know you're doing some awesome things, like
well, thank you.
The things you speak about, community awareness, cancer awareness, and health, mental health. It's also important. Yes, mental health, physical. They go together, so it's important, like self-care. Yes.
When I get done with you, I'm going to go hang out with a bunch of little kids, and I'm going to relax, and that's going to be my self-care for.
Awesome.
That's all important.
Absolutely. DeAndre, you're a leader. I hope that someone out there grabbed onto something today and had a mind shift. I appreciate you being on the show, and definitely look forward to your documentary and that teaser coming up.
Yes.
Thank you again, DeAndre. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Everyone, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. What a wonderful young man, as you can see yourself. You know, he just inspires me so much, and I'm so excited for him and all that he is doing. I know he's going to go far. I know he's going to keep inspiring and motivating others as well with everything that he is doing. If you're looking to donate or to support a great cause, you can go to the Keep Rolling campaign. I will provide all the links that you need to learn more about DeAndre, of how to donate and how to contribute and support what he's doing. And also, of course, I'll leave all the links to where you can learn more about me and my show as well. Everyone, I really hope you enjoyed that very first episode of Mind Shift. I'm super excited. Like I said, I'm learning as I go. I'm bubbling with anxiety and nervousness. This is really my first time being in front of a camera like this. I'm new to YouTube as well, so I really appreciate all the support and love out there as well. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.